Boys is getting quiet. Go on and get crunk. Head back to Longview, Kelly popping trunk. I ain't even tripping. Riding and I'm sipping. Let me come through 4-4, steady tipping. On that new lap. Watch the trunk crack. Let me sit sideways, CB running back. Maybe AP, maybe AD. I ain't even tripping cause we some athletes. Messing with Smitty in the summertime. He get pissed if we don't make our time. But we gon' get it cause we gotta finish. Nebraska Horn Hustlers, man, we diminish. Put them boys little, paint like a skittle. I ain't even tripping, I ain't never double dribble. Cause I'm a player from the Himalaya. Let me sit sideways, man. Maybe back door, maybe fall off. Sipping codeine cause I gotta kill a cough. Let me sit sideways in the big Benz. Oh, you boys, they my brothers, they my friends.
All right. Welcome into Fullback U, and this should be an easy podcast. I'm here with what many people would call Lenny Hatchett. I call him Coach of the Year and my brother. So if they're crazy if they don't call you that, big bro. How you feeling?
Oh, man, you know, it's game day, so just trying to stay focused and get these guys ready for our regional finals here against Piedmont.
Tough Piedmont team, regional finals, like you said, trying to get this another plaque added to the wall. What's it going to take? What's the scouting report on them?
You know, they got some kids that can really shoot the basketball. They like to get out in transition. They get those shooters in the corners, and we got to eliminate those transitions by slowing the ball down, locating the shooters, and definitely making limiting them to one shot.
Had an incredible season so far. Avenged one tournament loss at Carl Albert. What more can you do, Lynn? Obviously, the state championship is the ultimate goal, but let me know how the team's feeling and what you've been telling them, because it's obviously been working.
Well, we just take one day at a time. I think every day in practice we just kind of keep it stressing about, you know, how we need to play, how we need to keep getting better. We can't be satisfied with what we're doing. And I think the kids are really bought in. Our coaching staff is buying into the same things, that we're trying to be all on the same page, and that's important, especially this time of the year. So a lot of details, a lot of focus, and just making sure our guys are staying healthy and getting ready to take every day as a day that we try to tell them win that day. You mentioned some of the things that you've been doing, and one of the things that I love is with your coaches, and obviously you got a legendary coach in Tommy Griffin. Most people will know him as Blake Griffin's dad. We'll have to show super producer Brad Reed will definitely put some up, but the acronym that you posted with family, forget about me, I love you. Thought that was powerful, man, just reading it. Talk about some of the things you've been having your coaches do before you go get this team ready for a W. Yeah, that was Coach Whitmer's presentation, my other assistant that did the family one, which was really powerful for our kids, and I think it really got their attention. I know it definitely got mine, and it lets you kind of think about, you know, what family really is about. You know, we had Coach Griffin on the day on Wednesday gave us a presentation about just trying to be the best that you can be, and understanding with his experience and his championship caliber coaching that he's had in the past. He talked to our guys about what it's going to take to get there, to find a way to win, and that you can't overlook your opponent. Yeah. And then Coach Mo, our other assistant, had his presentation to just, you know, he had a lot one just talking about the simple things that we take for granted in life, you know, like making your bed and have you made your bed, and whether you have a bad day or a good day, when you come back, you got something that you know that you accomplished that can make you feel good about it. So
he's a
lot of good
messages.
He's a former, he's a former military, and a great asset to our program.
That's awesome. Well, again, I would say you're Coach of the Year, Lenny. You've just been putting in great work, and we're going to see the highlights later today. But you, to me, I can say those things, but it shows not only through your seniors, not only by your guys graduating and going to college, but also, man, through these freshmen you got, just the crop that's coming up. I'm excited, not just because I'm your brother, but everybody says that this season, you guys. They're like, oh, man, these freshman team, dude, they got Zion, they got this guy, they got that guy.
Well, we don't have no Zions around here, but I'll take one if he wants to come. But no, we've had a really good junior high program in Delcrest and Kerr, and those coaches have really bought into what we're doing, and keeping them included on what we do is really important. It's always been important to me, even when I was starting out as an assistant coach, because I started out as a junior high coach.
Delcrest Junior High.
And Carl Albert Junior High.
That's right.
So those two junior highs taught me a lot about building those kids up for the high school program, and I think that's what our coaches down there are doing, which really speaks volumes for all of our programs.
That's awesome. Well, best of luck, big bro, and go get this W.
Hey, appreciate it, brother.
Team right.
Thanks for coming.
All right, Fullback U. All right. Welcome into Fullback U, and I'm joined by I could introduce her as Tessa Martin, but I would be doing a disservice if I didn't say my lovely, beautiful, so smart sister. Tessa, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. What do you think about the game so far? You proud of our brother? What's going on?
Man, I'm telling you, that first quarter was tough to sit through. I feel like the refs kind of let the game get out of control a little bit, and and it always makes it tough when we have this much invested in it.
Absolutely.
But I'm so proud of Lenny. He has taken so many teams from
teams to
good
state.
to great, and I'm just praying that we get that gold ball this year.
3 different schools to state. He's had 2 silver state runner-up. What do you think it would mean to him, Tessa, to win a state championship? Would it verify everything, validate everything that you think of our brother as a coach? Or do you think he could just be what we think he is without it?
Well, when you set a goal, you are supposed to put a timeline to it. And so when you have a goal that you're continuing to try to obtain, it gets frustrating when you don't get it in your time.
And we're winners.
And we're very competitive. But I'll tell you one thing about Lenny. He has more patience than me. Probably you too, JD. We grew up together. You know that. So I just feel like it might not be in his time, but it's definitely coming, and all this hard work's going to pay off.
Absolutely. Just talk about some of your favorite moments with him as a coach with this team. I think we'll look back on this season as a special one regardless of how they finish. But I just think, them winning the Tournament of Champions this year was awesome. Those rings that they got were amazing. Just talk about some of your favorite memories, favorite games.
I could talk about the games, but I think my favorite memories with this team are behind the scenes. He has several players that have grown up together from kindergarten and on up in this community, and I see what he does as far as staying to make sure players get home, taking players home, advocating for food, advocating for sponsorships, and really my proudest moments and memories are what he does behind the scenes, because we only see the success on the court, and he puts in a lot of time and effort with each one of these players, parents, coaches, and other staff.
That's real. Speaking of putting extra time in and mentoring people, a little bit of off-topic stuff. It's my first year of teaching, so you've been mentoring me as a teacher.
True.
What's that been like? Because I know it's been stressful. You hearing me talk about Tessa, I can't take it no more. I want to quit. How do you lead me through that?
I worked at the elementary level, middle school level, and high school level. So kudos to you to go to that middle school level. It is a really tough age. It is a really tough age, and I know that you're not only a positive role model for them, but you're so smart, JD, and you care just like us that you give it your all, and they are going to benefit just having you in their presence.
Yep. Well, we got a
little skirmish on the field right now.
Just kids getting excited. A little bit of the Piedmont. I shouldn't call her out, but there's a lady who kind of yelled at a kid over here.
Yes. I will say Nate Montree's mom jumped right up and squashed that.
How about that?
Very
Being
happy.
Positive role models. Let's get back to the game. Let's get back to Lenny. He's got a beautiful daughter over here, beautiful son. Let's talk about Mimi. What do you think? How's your dad doing this year?
Good, I guess.
Yeah? How's your team doing this year?
We're doing pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of basketball? Is it making threes? Is it like getting an and one? Or is it making a big block, game winner? What's your favorite part?
Getting a game winner or getting an and one.
Oh, what's your favorite? Oh, who's better at shooting, you or Liam?
Me.
Easily?
Yes.
You can beat him in horse?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Tessa, believe it or not, Tessa could beat me in a lot of things. She could even beat me up, Mimi. Trust me, I know. Until I was 14 or 15 years old, she could stick me in a corner and I would stay there. It wasn't funny.
I had something
It's not
called the
funny.
scissors. I've taught it to
Yes.
you, Maleah, for your little brother.
I still have
You got to
nightmares
bring the
about that,
scissors out on
Mimi.
your brothers.
Yes.
Trust me, it works.
Yes.
Paris will teach you after the show.
That's right. Mimi, are we going to win state this year?
Yeah, we
Yes.
are.
We are. We're confident, right?
Yeah.
What's the secret to us winning state?
We just have to make free throws, make our layups,
That's real.
and have fun.
That's real.
Have fun and teamwork, right?
Yeah.
That's real.
Teamwork.
If you don't mind, can you bless us with a few Swedish lines? Can you tell me ask me how my day is going in Swedish? I'm gonna put you on the spot. Tell me hello. How are you?
Hey, Doe.
I can say thank you.
How you say it?
Varsågod.
Varsågod. All right.
And you know how to say how are you? Hey, Doe.
No, that's bye.
Oh, well, there you go.
We're learning all kinds. For people that don't know, my brother married a Swedish lady, Swedish woman, and so you learned a lot of Swedish. Are y'all going over to Sweden this year?
Yeah.
Are you excited? What's your favorite part of going to Sweden? Going to the beach.
Yeah, going to the beach, and my grandparents have garden kind of, so I just pick all the food and eat it.
I got you. That sounds fun. Well, Tess, I don't want to get too personal, but our grandmother passed away, so you're going to take me to where you grew up in Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about
Spring
that.
break road trip.
Are you excited? What's going on? What am I getting myself into?
Well, you're not getting yourself into much more than a long road trip, but there's nothing like family in the car for 14 hours.
14 hours.
I'm sure we're going to stop and check out sites along the way, but you're going to see that Ohio is very similar to Oklahoma. It really is. There's how do I want to say it? We revolve around sports here.
Yes.
They do too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one of the main similarities.
Just talked to cousin Brian. He's talking about making it up to Lenny State Championship.
Yes.
Again, Tessa, what do we look forward to in the future? We got all these other kids around. We've got, hopefully Lenny gets this. We've got Tripp playing some football. You're the best aunt in the world. Tripp calls you Aunt Bookie.
Thank you.
I look forward to having a sleepover soon, just giving him to y'all and y'all dealing with him and not me. You know what I mean? Because
always a good time.
I'm sure you can understand Mimi. All he wants to do is play on his phone. What is wrong with him? What's wrong? Or Fortnite.
He likes technology, right?
He loves it.
Yeah, he's smart.
But
He's very smart.
He is. So, Tess,
smart.
what do you say for the future for us, for the kids? What do you think for him?
Man, I'm so excited. James is super, super smart. Maleah, smart, athletic, and one of the kindest girls around. Paris, too. I hope you guys always say so sweet and kind.
For sure.
And I think Liam's going to be our basketball player. That
Really?
boy has no stop, and he is always on Lenny's hip, watching what's going on, and the players always bring him in and let him play. And I really think we're going to see Liam on a court.
Yep. And I see Mimi as well on the court, but Mimi gonna be the coach too.
Mimi's going to the Olympics for the gymnastics.
Oh yeah,
she just
I saw
got
that.
her second gold.
Congratulations, girl!
Maleah's going to be our
place.
gymnast.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the athlete and the coach.
That's right.
Because I will go in after every game and she will put good dunk, Slim. Mimi after every game puts up on the chalkboard what they did wrong. And most of the games, she better
does.
make free throws.
Really?
I promise you. Am I right, Mimi?
Yeah,
See?
I'm right into it now.
That's
great.
fantastic.
That's great.
This will be another great episode of Fullback You. Thank you, Maleah Hatchett. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you and love you.
All right. Love you too.
All right, welcome into Fullback You, and I'm with three amazing women. I will explain to you why they're so amazing. I'm going to start with my left. This is Rosalind Maynor. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Heather Crutchfield, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. And Dr. Gina Hill, how are you, ma'am?
You're promoting me, but
Well-
thank you. I'm great.
Well, let me start with you, Miss Gina. You have changed Dell City in such a positive way. The kids here, the discipline, the respect, I can see it. The culture here, you embrace it. Shout out to you. What's the secret?
Hiring the right people.
Yeah.
It's not me. It's
Was it the basketball coach? Is that what it was?
basketball coach. Pretty good, both of them.
He is.
But getting the right people in the right seat on the bus is what the key
I
is.
believe it. And
Yeah.
you've got some people have certain talents, and this lady to my right, I hear, is just an amazing cook. So if you need food, I hear this is the lady you holler at.
I
But
have
Ms.
seen
Crutchfield, what's your
pictures.
specialties? What's the secrets here?
Hey, it's what I always love to do. Hey, I just like it.
Yeah. Ms. Rosalind, you got two sons. We know Anthony Goodlow very, very well, and obviously got Nate here. How's it feel, football, basketball? And I also hear that you may have an interesting story about your first job and who hired you.
Okay.
Maybe related to me or something like that. I
Quite
don't know.
possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about all that.
Okay, well, as far as the boys, I'm really proud of them. Proud of their athletic abilities, but also how they carry themselves. And then my first job was your mom, Miss Kathy. She was very dear to me. We were pretty good, pretty tight.
Yep.
So,
And then
good
your brother
people.
Eric Pollard went to school with me, so
Yeah,
that
that guy.
we go way
That
back. So
guy.
just too much family around here. Miss Gina, we got to talk about the names. We just mentioned Anthony Goodlow, Terry Wilson, just super duper kids. I mean, you had a huge effect on them. Just talk about your relationship with them. How they become great kids like that.
I think it's a community. It's the parents first, of course, and then just the staff getting behind what we're trying to do. Any high school it's like a ship, and getting a ship to move takes time. But like I said, getting a Lenny Hatchett, a Coach Webb, John Kilty. I mean, just some of these key hires have just been crucial.
Yep. I'm gonna put y'all on the spot, okay? Y'all are the moms now. I know if somebody wants y'all's baby, they better come correct, and they better come talk to y'all. So, where's your baby gonna be playing next year? I know our goal is the state championship and all that, but colleges, any thoughts on that? Where are you leading them to, Mama?
I'm really leaving it up to him. he wants to go away from Oklahoma, so I'm okay with that. He hasn't made up his mind as of right now, so.
I get it. Last question, because we got to get back to the game, Ms. Maynor. You've already went through this one time. One kid's in Tulsa, doing really, really well, by the way.
Yes, he is.
Where's Nate going to be next year?
Yeah, he's undecided.
Yeah.
He's gonna get through this with his brothers. This is his family right here. Their goal is that gold ball. He wants to bring that in for Coach Hatchett, and then he'll make those decisions then.
Ms. Hill, we just had Mike Dunn on. He's been doing a great job.
Another great hire.
This is another great hire. My best friend since 1994, I must say.
Yes.
Ms. Hill, what would a goal? I know what a gold ball would mean to my brother. What would it mean to Dale City?
It's time. We got one in girls, and of course we've been dominant in track. It's just time for boys, and of course Lenny's done a fabulous job in his 3 years here. So.
We got to get back. We got about a minute and a half, and we got to get back to this game
Eagles.
Go Eagles because these mothers have got to let these refs know if they don't call these things the right way. It's already been a tight game, and there's been a few iffy calls here and there. But I will tell you this right now. They don't want no part of these ladies.
Don't want them.
So, just go ahead and let us get this plaque and keep it here in Dale City. But I truly want to say thank you to each one of you women. Bless you each. Next time you cook, please give me a call. And thank you for bringing up a great story about my mom. And thank you for hiring my brother. I love it here.
Thank you for being part of it.
This is a family.
One more thing. The new renovations. Tell us about all that.
It'll all be done in August. We're super excited. Not a new stadium, but a newer stadium, new field, new PAC. Dale City's going to be beautiful.
Good. Coach Dunn keeps saying, I wish I would have got Montreal and Nate out for football. Golly, I wish they'd be fighting over him for football. You shake your head. So this will be another great episode. You guys get back in the stands. Fullback you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Go Eagles.
All right. Welcome back to Fullback U, and here with, I would call him Dale City's head football coach, but I call him my best friend. Mike Dunn since 1994. How you doing, Coach?
Good, doing well. How are you?
Oh, doing good. I could also call you a state semifinalist now, man. Congratulations on that. I know for you that's not good enough, but really proud of you for that, man. Just talk about last season for us.
Man, good season. A lot of firsts for us and this staff that I'm a part of here. Beat Midwest City for the first time. That's a big
awesome.
deal.
Congrats.
Get that off our back. State semifinalist, first time since 1976, the only state championship season here at Dale City. Another big one, winning a playoff game for the first time in a long time. I tell our kids all the time, got to keep raising the bar. So I think our theme for next year is going to be something similar to that, raise the bar or bar raisers. But no, a lot of good stuff. Got kids going in the right direction. We've signed 6 football players to college scholarships, and then we've got 3 more with offers. So they'll probably make a decision after they get done wrestling in their second sport. So really excited about the future of Dale City football.
Fantastic. You've mentioned the guys signing. We're watching one with Kyron Williams going to UCO.
Yep.
Just talk about UCO, super excited about him. Another Dale City guy. They cannot stop talking about Isaac Beverly, man.
Yeah.
You got Keyshawn going there as well, I believe. So you'll have like 6 or 7 Dale City guys, 8 or 9 mid-Dale.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So just talk about all your signees.
Yeah, we've got 6, I guess, now at UCO from Dale City. It's going to be like Dale City North now. It's kind of what we're calling it with how many kids we got there.
It's practically a D1. So
it is.
It's awesome.
It is, man. And the facilities and everything they're doing there. And really one of the things that's a big plus for us is our kids going to have academic support there. You know, their academic center there at the top of the new field house is unreal. I mean, it's second to none as far as Division II athletics go. So kids are going to get a big-time, unique experience at a great school with a great coaching staff. But Kyron signed this year with UCO. Keyshawn Murray, as you mentioned, wide receiver DB. I think he's going to play nickel there. Okay. And then we had and Isaac. I got to say something about Isaac. He has
baller.
He has totally come full circle, man. He's doing well. Coaches love him there. I think as soon as he stepped on the campus, they already making plans for him, big plans at wide receiver. So proud of him. Mike Pope's another one that was here 2 years ago and went to Indy with Isaac. He's now there at UCO as well. And same thing, coaches say a lot of good things about him. They're excited to have him.
Yeah.
Some of our other signees, we have Quinlan Ganther, our 3-year starter at quarterback.
Good player.
Great player, great kid. I always told him and his dad it was just going to take one team that saw what we all know about him and not look at his height and some of those measurables. So getting a big-time opportunity to go play at Northwestern. Another Northwestern signee, Tyrone Denton, stud defensive end. He just replaced 4th in state at wrestling. And then we had 2 signed with the JUCO in Arkansas Baptist College, Cam Harris and Hilton Baker.
Yeah, got this is OU football podcast, but you signed Bronson Irwin onto your staff.
Yes.
So just talk about what Coach Irwin's brought to your staff and how he's been for you.
Yeah, well, anybody who knew Bronson when he was a player at Mustang, then a player at OU, knows Bronson is all about toughness. He's all about work ethic. He's all about the code of being an offensive lineman, if you will. You can look up an old article on the Oklahoman where he talked about what offensive linemen are and what they should do, and he said something about never wearing sleeves, you know. So our kids, they got to see that article, and they kind of got to see what his mentality was like, and you know, it was a big plus for us. He helped us. We rushed for more yards than we've rushed for in the 3 years that I've been here. We were able to be a little bit more run heavy, which is something that I like as a defensive guy. I think we were about 60-40 this year instead of really 50-50. So we had 2 1,000-yard rushers, had our third rusher with 700. So big year, and you know, we don't have just gigantic offensive linemen. We're not real prototypical when it comes there, but we've got kids that scrap, and he brought a mentality for some of those undersized guys to go play with that really helped us out. So big-time signee for us.
Few things that I'd be crazy not to ask you about Texas high school football, and you just talked about some X's and O's.
Yeah.
I want to talk about X's and O's, but the first thing is the Texas game. Mike, what'd you learn down there? Are they just that much better than us? What did you take from there, from here? Just let me know.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing I tell our kids all the time. You know, they're competing against kids in Texas, you know. Yeah, they're competing against kids in Texas to get scholarships. And I tell them all the time that there's not a whole lot of difference between the top schools in Oklahoma and a lot of the top schools in Texas. Yeah. The resources is what's a lot bigger. I mean, they've got so much more money in Texas for things, you know, like even just on-field equipment and stuff like that. You're going to have so much more that you can prepare a kid for college with. You know, your facilities, when you've got training rooms and weight rooms that are just the same as some of these colleges these kids are signing to, you can get kids prepared a lot quicker. So we always tell our guys we're going to do more with less, and it's really not, you know, as far as X's and O's goes, you know, there's really good coaches in Oklahoma just like there's really good coaches in Texas. It's all about who puts the time in and who's passionate about it. But, you know, there's plenty of staffs here in Oklahoma that could go down there and fit in right now immediately. So it's not too much different, just way bigger down there. It's more of a production. There's a lot more kids that are out. You know, that's one thing is off-season. We've got our biggest off-season going right now. We've got about 55 kids. That's 10 through 12. We got a bunch of guys that are in second sports, but we've got about 55 kids there. You're going to be running through about 150.
Yeah,
it's tripling it. Yeah, you're running through 150. Yeah,
that's what's up.
Just a lot more people, a lot more resources.
Yeah. Just so we can give everybody an update, Del City's got in a battle, man. Piedmont's fighting tough. And, Mike, I don't know if you've noticed, but their coach is doing a risky – oh, good play, Nate. He's doing a risky substitution pattern. He's subbing 5 in, 5 out. So he's trying to keep his guys fresh. I think that kind of shows some respect to Lenny. But get back to X's and O's. You mentioned 50, and I know the answer to this, but why is balance important, Mike? Explain it to the fan out there. You mentioned being 50-50 or now 60-40. What draws you into that? What goes into those decisions? Let me know.
Yeah, well, you know, once you get somebody as a defensive guy, if I can get somebody to be one-dimensional, it makes your game planning a lot easier. Yeah. So, you know, when we go into games and we on our paper, we've always got it to where we want to be balanced. Now, if you get into a game and you can pound the rock and you can get 5, 6, our goal is to get 6 yards of carry. If we can get 6 yards of carry, we're not going to do a whole lot more just because, you know, we're going to shorten the game.
Sure.
You know, get our first downs, churn it out, play good defense. That's what we pride ourselves on. But you want to be as close to balance as possible just because it keeps people on their toes. You know, and another part of being balanced is spreading the wealth.
Absolutely.
This last year, Coach Madonna, our offensive coordinator,
Carl Aberguy
did an awesome job of spreading the wealth on offense. We had 3 receivers that all had over 600 yards. They all had anywhere from 7 to 12 touchdowns. Sherrod Davis is one of those guys out here playing basketball right now. The guy's going to be returning for us next year. Real excited about him. But, you know, and then the 3 rushers that all – Two had 1,000 and 1 had 700. So we spread the wealth, and you can't just stop one guy on Del City and think you're going to win. You really got a game plan for 5 or 6 bullets.
Man, everybody's going to want to know, and heck, I'm sure if we both had the answer, you'd be a state champion. What's it going to take to get past that Bigsby-Stillwater train?
Yeah.
You know, just they seem to be the juggernauts in 6A too.
Yep.
Just talk about it, and then talk about somebody. I want to also hear about your non-conference schedule next, non-district schedule.
Yeah. Well, you know, Bigsby. The first thing that comes to mind when you think of Bigsby is just weight room. I mean, those guys, they're so far ahead. They're so far ahead of everybody in 6A2. just in the weight room alone. You know, those guys have prided themselves in being big-time power clean, hang clean guys, you know. And
that helps.
It helps. It's the ultimate football lift, ultimate athletic lift, and they pride themselves there. And so it's something that we're trying to implement in our program, and we're getting stronger every day. I think that's a way that you become you close that gap just a little bit more. They have a strength and conditioning coordinator. It's actually my little cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Thompson. Yeah,
okay.
he's their strength and conditioning coordinator.
He does good work. I follow him on Twitter.
He does a great job.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we finally have implemented a strength and conditioning coordinator and Coach Robert Jones.
Smart man. Smart move by you. Smart man. Right
yeah.
here.
So, you know, you can tell Bixby's got that mentality that they're weight room tough guys, and that's something that we want to be. And it's something that I think that we're taking big steps towards every single day in off season. You know, and then Stillwater, you talked about X's and O's, man. Those guys, they do a great job with their offense, their scheme. It's not real complicated, but it's just a well-oiled machine.
Tough to stop.
Tough to stop. They've got great offensive line.
A bowling ball as a running back.
The bowling ball, man, that kid's is a stud. And then defensively, Coach Clarence Hawley, the defensive coordinator, man, that guy's he's a stud. The stuff that they do, I'm sure you saw it in a couple games last year, especially the state game when they've got 11 guys backed off the line 5 yards, and they're coming from all over the place, spinning coverages. They make it hard on high school quarterbacks. So, you know, that's one thing that I think that we can do is try to get a little more risky, I would say, complicated in our X's and O's, kind of like they are, take a little bit more chances in those games and not sit back. I think with our athletes, we need to press forward and start out attacking just like Lenny does when he's pressing off the bus, you know. Yeah. So something that we can do a little bit better of, I think.
Non-district schedule.
Yeah. So non-district, we've got a tough slate. Wouldn't want it any other way. So we're going to start out with one of the biggest games in the state. Another rematch with the Booker T. Washington Hornets.
Man,
so
that'll be awesome.
2017 state champions. They've got multiple, I think 6, 7 state championships. They've got 2 or 3 Division I football players on their team, just like we do. You know, we've played the last 2 years in the first round of the playoffs, and they got us in 18, and we got them in 19. So we'll play. We signed on for a home and home, and so we'll go there this next year, and then they'll come to us the following. Second game's that big rivalry with Carl Albert. We'll play them here. We're going to open up the stadium that night.
Awesome.
So brand new stadium, September 14th. Robert Kalsu will dedicate that night to him and to the stadium and open it up. It's going to be a big-time night, big-time atmosphere.
Coach, did you get elevators?
We did not get elevators.
Is there an inside joke in that?
There is.
Okay,
yes.
I begged him for elevators because I was always carrying the equipment up to the press box.
Yep. Brad was our Del City. What do we call it? Eagle Vision. Eagle Vision.
Yeah.
So Brad and Cody, they were our guys there in our first year in 17, and every game when I watch him walking up there, I'd always get a text or something from Brad saying, "Let's get these elevators rolling." But awesome. No, to answer your question, we did not. But I think it's coming though. I know we got to get ADA compliant eventually, so I know it's coming.
Nice.
Third game, last game in non-district, we signed up another big one with Bishop McGinnis.
Ooh, awesome.
Yeah, so to keep that rivalry going.
I was going to say that is becoming like a rivalry
game. It is,
man.
I think we're about split now in the last 7. I think we've played 7 times in the last 4 years because all the playoff games. And it might be 4. They've won 4, we've won 3. So it's become it's a great gate. We travel well and we go over there. It's an easy trip for our parents to go and, 10 minutes down the road and play a big-time opponent. I mean, you can't deny what they've done in 5A. They've played for a state championship 3 out of the last 4 years.
If it wasn't for us.
If it wasn't for the CA guys, they probably got some rings on their finger right now. So another big-time matchup. So you're looking at, you talk about a non-district with pedigree. Booker T, state champs. Carl Albert, state champs.
That's awesome.
Bishop McGinnis. They've been state champs. They've been runner-ups. So it's going to be a big-time schedule.
That's awesome. A few more questions. I know you're busy. You got to be on duty and all that stuff. But awesome. Thank you. It's going to be awesome. But talk about some of your big-time guys, man. I know you think Donovan Stevens is going to blow up. OU podcast. Most people remember Ron Tatum. Got his younger brother here. He's got some offers. So everybody will see them at Rivals Camp. Just let us know about them. Yeah, got both those guys going to the Rivals. Rajon Tatum. He is a 2021 guy. He's going to be a senior next year. He is our Mike linebacker, and he's a guy that could probably play on the edge as well. For us, we just love putting him in the middle and letting him run side to side, and people can't run away from him. And he's got offers from Oklahoma State, Baylor, Texas Tech.
Kansas, Boise State, and some other ones. Can't think of. Donovan Stevens, he's got offers right now from a lot of the same: Baylor, Texas Tech, UNT, North Texas, Oklahoma State, Kansas. So both those guys, man. Donnie last year, he led our team in defensive touchdowns. Had 4 defensive touchdowns.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's big time for a nickel outside linebacker. Rajon led our team in tackles, I think, with 165, something like that. And, Coach Looney does our stats, and he's stingy with those tackles, man.
Yeah,
so those 165
sure.
tackles, that's a legit deal.
Authentic.
In 12 games. But both those guys already got the big offers, and I think it's just going to continue as much as they keep getting exposed. And we're sending their film out all over the country. And I think once spring comes, one of the coolest things about Del City, we've got tons of coaches that come every single spring to come watch our spring practices, watch our team camp, and I think they'll keep picking up offers from there too.
Absolutely.
As well. A couple guys, Sherrod Davis playing basketball right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's starting to get a lot of attention. Wide receiver DB guy, Kevin Green.
Yeah.
Kevin Green's a guy that he's not on a lot of radars right now. All the colleges are looking at him because he's a 6'4", 275-pound flat-bellied defensive end, 4 technique, probably a 3 technique in college. But he's getting a lot of attention right now, and I think he's about to blow up. Quarterback Jacoby Smith, he can
looks.
Roll. Oh, man, he's getting looks
fly.
And he's an undersized guy.
Yeah, but
he's 5'9", 180 pounds, but he can roll. He's getting looks from Memphis, North Texas, some of your smaller ones. Who else? Montreal Lee, offensive lineman.
You got tons of 7th, 8th, 9th grades, man. I'm coaching 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
In Del City, let me just tell you, brother, there's some of the best 7th and 8th grade classes I've seen.
Both those groups did well.
Really excited about some of the freshmen, and you talked about Donovan and some of his highlight films, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't put that block, there was a blocked field goal where he hawks the guy down about 80 yards.
Against Lawton.
It's got to be the first play on the highlight film. Just an amazing hustle play.
Yeah.
Last question. You mentioned us being Carl Albert guys, Mike. You got them at the house. Man, they're going. You and I laid the foundation our senior year of a 5-peat. They're trying to pull that off again. I know you're proud of it, but you also want to kick their ass.
Sure.
Tell me about that deal.
Yeah. You talk about balance. It's a happy medium. As a Carl Albert guy, I'm very, very, very proud of what they've been able to accomplish. It doesn't change the fact. I mean, they know, those kids know, those coaches know. When we play each other in September, I want to win that game as much as anything in the world. And that doesn't hurt our relationship. And it doesn't take away from the pride that I have in what they're doing. And you can tell it just like anybody else can. It is hard to do what they're doing, and it's hard. That pressure every year keeps mounting. So hopefully,
they lose to Piedmont with that type of pressure.
Yes, yeah, and it's the Super Bowl. You remember when we played Guthrie our senior year? We didn't even know that we were in a
dogfight.
We didn't even know we were in a rivalry game until after the game when they beat us on a last-second field goal.
That's real.
And they went nuts.
The
it was
Douglas
Super Bowl.
teams we played, man.
Douglas teams
during the regular season.
Yeah,
the Ada teams.
Man,
Good Lord.
But we want to beat them. But proud of those guys, and there's some kids on that team that I've got relationships with.
You helped a ton.
Yeah, man, and they're great kids. I tell anybody who comes by here recruiting that they need to stop by Carl Albert, go check those guys out. It's funny, man. Me and you, we get to see some of those guys we played with. They got kids there now.
Bazelles and Hunts
the
and
Bazelles,
all
the
those
Hunts.
things.
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy.
And the Sextons, we got Sextons coming up in the
awesome.
middle school. So it's fun to watch. It's one of the things special about Mid-Del. It truly is a family, and we all get along. It's friendly rivalry. It used to probably be a little more heated, but all of our kids play together. They play sports in the off season together. So, it's a lot of fun being in this district and getting to watch everybody succeed and thrive.
Yes, sir. Hey, speaking of succeed and thrive, I know I said that was the last question, but we had a mutual roommate. I think everybody's going to love this.
Yeah.
Jeff Levy. OU football now gets on down with Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, freaking SEC offensive coordinator.
Yep.
What's that relationship mean to you? And now he's a little more valuable to us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, Jeff, that's a guy that would – always, still to this day, if you needed something, he's going to get you. He's going to get you helped out. You need a shirt, he's going to take it right off his back and give it to you. He's a guy that has worked his tail off. Went through some crazy stuff there at the end of that Baylor reign, and has came full circle. And he's back on top of the mountain. And so really happy for him. Really excited to see what happens there at Ole Miss. You know, the spread offense coming to the SEC.
It's interesting.
It's
the
gonna be
state
fun.
of Mississippi.
The
whole
Mississippi
state of
State.
Mississippi.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. How about that rivalry?
How do you think that'll do? Spread in the SEC.
Oh, I think it'll do okay. At the end of the day, it's all about the Jimmies and Joes. I mean, there's teams like, Auburn's had a lot of success, and there's a lot of spread principles in what they do. They're a little more 20 than they are 10, but there's a lot of spread principles in their schemes. And really, Lane Kiffin, and I'm sure it's still going to be the same way. I'm sure they're going to be more of 11 personnel, which is
that's the new trend.
Yeah, pro style.
Everybody.
It's pro style spread. You know what I mean? And it's fast. It's the tempo stuff. But I think it can thrive. It's all about the cats that are out there pulling the trigger and the cats that are running the rock and the guys that are blocking. All the coaches can do is put them in a scheme that they think fits their personnel, and I think it can be good for them. It's going to be fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to see it.
Absolutely.
You know the argument as much as anybody about the Big 12 and the SEC and the spread and the defense, and so it'll be fun to see what it looks like. I'm excited about it.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to support the guy. He, like you said, man, he went through a lot, and I'm excited to see him. Yeah. Man, I'm excited to support you, brother. Me, I'll be at least 5-6 games. Look
I got something for you.
What's this?
I got something for you.
Oh,
so when you come to the games, got a little Del City football action here. So
not only thank you, brother.
We appreciate you. Yeah.
So I came in with my Del City football hoodie on.
Yeah.
But Lenny got jealous, and so he made me put this on.
Gotcha.
So that's what happened. So you saw that I had what I had on.
Well, now you're geared up.
Hey, I'm going to rock this, man. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Super proud of you, brother.
I was going to tell you before you get off, I've been thinking about you the last couple of weeks. I've been rewatching Oz.
How about that?
Remember our days? Watching Oz get.
Saeed.
I just finished the episode when Saeed kills Adebisi.
What a Schindler,
Schillinger,
Adebisi, crazy Beechler. What a crazy show. We used to just watch that. We'd have to call each other on three-way on our home phone. Too many stories. If we start talking about that, we start talking about all that stuff.
Yeah, we won't get to watch the rest of this game.
And I'll get fired. You might end up in jail. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Brad Reed's going to add some highlights. It'll look great, man. Excited to support my brother Mike Dunn.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being on.
Yeah, love you guys.
Love you guys.